Sometimes it's hard to look at the mirror. The image staring back may not be something we like, or it may be far from what people we want to be affiliated with like. Sometimes we wish we could go back to the start, back to being a child, when what people thought about us didn't matter, when we would run, play with mud, laugh hard, and not mind what people around thought about us. Let me take you back in time to the era of the great abolitionist Frederick Douglass, a man who every time he traveled to give a speech was denied a seat amongst his white colleagues in first class and was forced to sit with the luggage in the back. What surprised me was his response to such treatment. He never fought back, never resisted. He said, "The soul that is within me no man can degrade." That's a man who couldn't be shaken. He didn't care what other people said about him. He knew what was within. An incredible story, but it only helped me halfway. The other half of my problem was what I thought about me. After making many mistakes, it's hard to think of yourself positively. God said he can forgive all my sins, and that's amazing. Forgiving myself was the hard bit, so I was always on a leash. I was good when I forgot, but when a trigger hit, I saw no possibility of turning things around. And so I started to crave the chains, wanted to go back to Egypt, back to the life I was living. Because if we eliminate God's commands, we eliminate guilt, and there won't be shame. What I didn't know was that running away from him was running away from me, because there's no me without him. So I struggled for a very long time. I thought I needed to get back right. I thought I needed to fix myself first before I could be part of the light. But it turns out that Jesus loves me just as I am. I didn't give anything for him to hang on a cross. He did that before I was born, so I don't have to cover up to be with him. He's not like humans. There are no qualifications for his love. We are all his. Psalm 24:1. So before you feel bad because you posted on IG and it didn't get many clicks, remember that we are made in his image and likeness. We are all his type. I didn't pay a shilling to get him, but he gave everything to get me. And he did that while I was still stuck in sin, when there was no guarantee that I'd even accept him. Could have been born and been an atheist, lived denying he exists, yet he still considered me worth the risk and died on a cross, naked and bloody. He knows us more than we, yet when we sin, we behave exactly like Adam and Eve, going into hiding, thinking he doesn't know it, trying to fix our mistakes, can't look at ourselves in the mirror because of what we did. Thankfully, I know a God who, even if we fall, covers our shame and guilt. There's no need for leaves. He bled for us on Calvary. His blood makes clean. It's written, there's no condemnation for those that are in him, but it only works if we believe. Mark 9:23. Unfortunately, that doesn't change what we did. Ecclesiastes 1:7. What is crooked can't be straightened. God can forgive us, but he can't change our past. Pastor Stephen Furtick said, forgiveness doesn't mean it didn't happen. And that's the hard part, isn't it? Forgiving ourselves. That's what was chaining me. It's written in John 10:10 that whoever practices sin is a slave to sin. I was a slave, an addict, running from reality with pornography. For 12 years, I thought I was free, but I was walking with chains on my hands and feet. God opened a door for me to leave Egypt, but who I was kept hunting me. It woke me up in the middle of the night. I'd see it in my dreams. Thankfully, Jesus never loses. I used to run away from him, but I changed and started running to him. I was chased just like the Israelites when they left Egypt. However, God not only guided me, but also put his angel behind me to prevent my past from overtaking and reconquering me. Exodus 14:19. Finally, I was free, and to thank him, I've come to tell somebody that in life's movie, your father is the director. He knows the end from the beginning, and he's not like us. You don't have to be a celebrity or have a star on Hollywood Boulevard to have a place in his cast. He looks at what's within, the part that doesn't change even if we are laughed at, traveling with luggage at the back like Douglass, and you don't have to be fixed to come. I went stinking and he did it for me. Basically, my message is, come as you are.